Hi, I want to tell you how we make our Beaver board stand-up paddle boards. Once you understand the work and the type of material that goes into the Beaver board stand-up paddle board, you'll understand why the Beaver board stand-up paddle board is the one for you. Every single Beaver board is handmade. These are not made out on a massive machine that'll inject plastic into a mold. They're not stamped plastic that will be injected with foam. If you can imagine a large block of foam, kind of like this. This is an actual piece of the EPS foam. We take that EPS foam, we laminate 2 large blocks of EPS foam with a piece of wood. That wood will become your stringer. From there, we hand shape every single board to the shape and profile that we want. And on this board, it's hard to tell on the board, but you can see it's kind of darker right down the center here. That is your wood stringer. So essentially it goes from the tail of the board right to the nose of the board. From the back side to the underside. It creates torsional rigidity. The last thing you want in your board is to flex. Now this is something some of the other boards that have injected molds can't do. Next, we take that EPS foam and then we put this layer of bamboo. It's bamboo veneer. It's actual real wood bamboo. We put it over top. And then we take our 6-ounce fiberglass and we put that over top as well. And then we put our epoxy on, we let it dry, and then we continue until we have 3 layers of 6-ounce of fiberglass cloth over top of the bamboo and EPS foam blank. On the rails of the board and on the nose of the board, we put 5 layers of fiberglass. There's some board companies out there that it looks like they have a wood grain or they have a bamboo surface, but what is a common trend in the stand-up paddleboard industry is to only have small sections of bamboo. It's actually really not bamboo. Oftentimes it's essentially wallpaper. It's paper wood. If you look very closely at it, you'll see it's a digital printing of a wood grain. One quick way to tell is if the boards you're looking at is a real bamboo veneer board, is you come down and you'll see a seam right here. That's where the 2 pieces of bamboo are put together. Bamboo only comes in certain lengths, and the longest bamboo veneer sheet you can buy is an 8-foot. So you'll know if it's a real wood bamboo veneer or if it's just a photo printing done on paper. Now the reason we have bamboo on here, it wasn't for aesthetics. It looks great. It looks really good. There's a lot of people that really like the bamboo. But if you think, if we put the fiberglass cloth over top of the EPS foam, and then we put our epoxy, it creates a really hard glass surface. That's why it's called fiberglass. But one thing we have to remember is the EPS foam is very soft. I can squeeze it, and you can see my fingerprints. So what happens, imagine this being really hard, and I push down here, you'll get a punch hole. And you can actually cause the bamboo, okay, starting back. So you can see my fingerprints here, how easy it is to push it. If you have the fiberglass cloth on top, with the epoxy all dried, it creates a rock hard surface. So you can see how hard it is. And that rock hard surface is then painted over. what happens is if you hit a rock or something like that, it's going to puncture and it's going to essentially hole punch right through that fiberglass into the foam because it's really soft underneath. But now if we put the bamboo underneath, bamboo has some flexibility in it and it's really strong, and if you get a puncture, the bamboo is going to create a barrier to stop any puncture from going into the EPS foam. Now this is not to say that it will never happen. If you hit a big enough rock, you will puncture it. But unlike some of the other plastic type boards, these are very easy to fix. All we have to do is get a little piece of fiberglass cloth, put down some epoxy, and cover it up, and it's a very easy fix. See our website for other videos on how to fix your board.